Hey you guys, I wanted to answer a question in this video that I got after my last video, which was all about how to feel your emotions and work with this concept of the void. And the question was, how do we tolerate that space, that unknown zone, the void, and this place that in the healing and growth work can often feel like certain death? And I love this question because it's really, really good. It's something that we all bump up against when we're working with our emotions and we're going through healing work, is meeting that point of the unknown zone, which feels different for all of us. And so for some of us, for me in particular, it feels like it's going to consume me, that if I drop into it, I'm just going to disappear and I'm never going to come back and resurface. For some people, it feels like certain death. Others feel like they're going to get stuck, but we all have some resistance to it because it is this vast, empty, scary space that we're not used to navigating, because we're much more used to not feeling our emotions that deeply, not dropping deeper into the layers of our experience, and not really mining around for the wisdom that we can find when we do that. So the first thing that we want to do is push our edges. And that's all about the window of tolerance, which I'm actually going to talk about in another video this week, but really just leaning into it a little bit more each time. So anytime you find yourself against that unknown zone, that terrifying space that feels like certain death, that is uncomfortable and isn't something that you really want to dive deeper into, just lean into it a little bit further. See if you can sit with it for just a moment longer. And pushing our edges is a powerful tool that we can use in a lot of ways, so I'm excited to talk more about that. The second piece is surrender. So surrender requires a lot of trust and faith in ourselves and in something greater than us, whether you believe in God or the universe or the energy that is. Whatever it is for you, learning to surrender and trust that you are exactly where you need to be, and trust in yourself that no matter what happens next, you will be able to navigate it. You will be able to get back up off the floor, back up out of the void, whatever this terrifying space feels like to you, and you will be able to keep moving forward. And so surrender is not giving up. It's often confused with this idea of throwing in the towel and giving up and not fighting for what it is that we want. Surrender is actually leaning into the flow of our experience and being in the moment and being willing to navigate the unfolding that it is. And self-trust, which also comes with surrender, is another piece, is trusting yourself enough to navigate these experiences, trusting yourself enough to go into it more deeply than you ever have before, and to be able to glean whatever wisdom and lessons and gifts that you're meant to get from it. Trust yourself enough to navigate whatever that experience is, and to step into what comes next and find your way from wherever you end up. So self-trust is a really big piece. Trust in something greater than you. Trust in this moment and experience and your emotions for guiding you to this point so that you can step into what comes next. And again, just pushing your edges. So whether that is just getting comfortable with feeling your feelings and being in your experience every moment of every day, or dropping into that unknown zone, that void, that place that feels like certain death, and just leaning in a little bit further than you ever have before. So those are the starting steps. I have tons more resources over at callthevoid.tv, and we will have more in journey mapping as well. But that's what I have for you today. Whatever your feelings and emotions and experiences, lean into it a little bit more deeply. Trust yourself to navigate this process and surrender to the unfolding of this moment. I'll be back soon in another video.